So we're testing out the iflight G40 gimbal. I'm using an A7S II. The body alone is way heavier than the weight requirements for this gimbal. I didn't see a video anywhere on YouTube of anybody testing out this gimbal with a heavier camera, so I wanted to see if it would actually work. So here's some of the test footage. So this is what the gimbal actually looks like. I added this piece right here so I could have somewhere to mount my video mic so I could get better audio. This gimbal is actually designed for the A6300 or the A6000. They're a lot smaller and a lot lighter than the A7S II. Since the body is so much bigger, you can't mount it in the first hole, you have to mount it in the second hole, and the camera is a lot heavier on this side. So you can't really balance it completely, even if you move it around. But as soon as you plug it in, the gimbal does a really good job at stabilizing the camera. And it actually works. You can't actually use any full frame lenses that I found because they're too heavy. This is the lightest lens I could find for this camera, and it allows it to work on this gimbal. As you can see, the gimbal works, and it works really well. It does a great job at keeping the camera stabilized. Also, you can use this joystick to move it back and forth, to pan, and to tilt. All the functions work on the A7S II. So the maximum weight suggested for this gimbal is 600 grams. The body alone on the A7S weighs 627 grams. It's a pretty heavy camera. You see, this gimbal is designed for the A6300 or the A6000, a much smaller camera. So the A7S II is a full frame camera. I couldn't actually use any of my full frame lenses with this gimbal because they were too front heavy. The only lens that I found that would actually work was the Sony 16mm f2.8 pancake lens. This lens has a fixed focal distance of 16mm and it only weighs 74 grams. When I use this lens on the camera, the gimbal does a great job at keeping a steady shot, but I haven't found any other lenses that motor is powerful enough to support. If you know of a lens lighter than the 16mm f2.8 from Sony, let me know in the comment section below. So I took the 3 screws out of the back of the 16mm and popped the shield so that I could actually use it in 4K in full frame mode. Without doing that, it would crop a lot more of the picture. But as you can see, that causes vignetting and a lot of distortion around the edges. So I have a friend that actually has an A6300. I'd really like to test it out on this gimbal and see what kind of lenses you can actually get away with a much lighter camera. So if you guys have an A6300 and you have this gimbal, let me know in the comments section below what kind of lenses that you guys use and what you can get away with and what you can't. Because honestly, I've been interested in buying an A6300. The specs are amazing. It's almost as good as an A7S II unless you're in extremely low light. So I actually bought this gimbal to use for skateboarding. I have a skateboarding channel on YouTube. It's called Michael Relevant, if you want to look that up and see the kind of videos that I make. But it's not going to work for skateboarding. It's not going to be as stable as just a regular handle for skateboarding. because when you're going at really fast speeds and you're jerking around a lot, it's a lot less stable than just a regular handle. On the other hand, it works really well if you want to do short films or just talk to the camera while you're walking. That's what a gimbal is actually for. Stable shots while you're walking or going upstairs. It's definitely not good for running or skateboarding. Now, if I had a lot lighter camera, but as of right now with the A7S II on there, it's not stable when you're jerking around a lot. Also, it doesn't work very well with a really light camera like a GoPro or an iPhone. I'll put a video up soon testing those cameras on it. It's just set up specifically for the A6300 or the A6000. And the closest I have to either of those cameras is the A7S II. So if you know of any other lenses that might be comparable in weight to the Sony 16mm f2.8, let me know in the comment section below. So I'm pretty sure that the 16 through 50mm kit lens that comes with the A6300 and the A6000 would be light enough to work on this setup, but I just don't have one to test out. If you have any other questions, just write them down below. If you guys have any tips or pointers for me, let me know in the comment section below. If this video helped you out at all, please let me know by liking the video. Also, give me some of your tips in the comments, and definitely subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.